Okay, then the first thing to note is that we have a capo on the 5th fret. Okay, and we're going to start off with the intro, which also happens to be the same as the verse sections using this finger picking pattern. It's quite a simple pattern. We're going to start with an E minor chord, but because of the strings we're going to be playing, we don't actually need to hold anything down at all. We're just going to be playing open strings. Okay, so the pattern is this. Okay, and it's the same basic pattern for all of the chords. So on the E minor here, what we're going to do is we're going to play the low E string with our thumb and the B string with our middle finger, and we're going to play them together. We're then going to play the low E string with our thumb again. We're then going to play the G string with our index finger, low E again with the thumb, then the B string with the middle finger, and then we're going to cut all of the strings off. Okay, so the next chord is a G chord. Then this is being done as if it was a E-shaped bar done at the 3rd fret, but we can simplify it a little bit, again because of the strings that we're only playing some of the strings. So for this, if we put the first finger down on the 3rd fret of the low E string, then the second finger on the 3rd fret of the B string, and the 3rd finger on the 4th fret of the G string. Okay, and we're going to use exactly the same finger picking pattern as we used for the E minor chord. So that's the low E and the B together, then the low E on its own, the G string, low E again, the B string, and then cut them off. Okay, so far we have. Okay, we're then going to go to a C chord, and we're going to play that by putting the first finger now on the 3rd fret of the A string, 3rd finger on the 5th fret of the G string, and then the little finger on the 5th fret of the B string. Okay, and we're going to do the same pattern again, but this time we're going to move our thumb down from the low E onto the A string. So we're going to play the A and the B strings together. Play the A on its own, the G, the A, the B, and then cut them off. Okay, we'll then go back to the G, play it exactly the same way as we did before. Back to the C, back to the G. Okay, and then we're going to go down to a D chord. Now we're going to do this slightly differently now with our finger picking. We're going to move everything that we've had down by one string. So we've now got the thumb playing the D string, index finger playing the B string, and the middle finger playing the top E. So we're going to get this first of all, the D and the top E together, then the D string on its own, the B string, D string, top E, then cut it off. Okay, we then have another bar of D, but this time we're going to start by pulling off the little finger. We're going to pull it off from the 3rd fret, it'll be onto the 2nd fret because we're holding the chord down. So we're going to be playing what is essentially a D sus4 and then turning it back into an ordinary D chord. Okay, so little finger goes down on the 3rd fret of the top E. We play the D and the top E together, pulling off that little finger. Then play the D, the B, D, top E, and then cut that off. Okay, then the whole of the intro, nice and slow. Okay, we then have the pre-chorus then, which is, I'm going to do it as a strummed section. And I've just been using my thumb to strum to keep it nice and soft. So the chords are, start off with an E minor, and the pattern I've been using is sort of a down, 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 up pattern. I've not worried too much about exactly what pattern I'm using here. Just play whatever you think feels right, but what I'm doing throughout this will be going down, 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 up, down, up. Okay, so we've got first of all the E minor, one bar of that, then to a G, C, G, C, G, and then 2 bars of D. Okay, and that goes something like this. No, I don't wanna know where you've been or where you're going, but I know I won't be home, you'll be on your own. You'll have to forgive the horrible singing there, but it should give you an idea of where you need to place those chords. Okay, we then have the chorus then, which are going to be single strums, each strum lasting for a whole bar. So we start off with a C chord, then go to a G, then to a D. Okay, that repeats, another C, another G, and another D. Starts off the same here, C, G, then we're going to go D, D diminished, and then an E minor. Okay, so there's your D. To get to this D diminished, I'm actually using a D diminished, D sharp diminished. 7 is what I'm actually using. So if you take this D chord, move every finger up by 1 string, and then move it across 1 fret, so down 1 fret. So you'll end up with your first finger on the 1st fret of the D string, 2nd finger 1st fret of the B string, 3rd finger 2nd fret of the G string, and the little finger tucked in there on the 2nd fret of the top E string. That's a D sharp diminished 7th. Okay, so you're going to play half a bar, 2 beats if you like, of the D, and then move to that D diminished 7th, and then go on to an E minor, which is now going to last for 1 whole bar. So that'll be, coming into that, it'll be the C, G, D, D diminished, E minor, then to a C, G, and D. Okay, and I'll try singing through that now. Who's gonna walk you through the dark side of the morning? Who's gonna rock you when the sun won't let you sleep? Who's waking up to drive you home when you're drunk and all alone? Who's gonna walk you through the dark side of the morning? Okay, that song is way too high for me, but I'm not a singer, so that's roughly how it goes anyway. Okay, then we come to a, well, I don't know what to call it really. It's sort of the instrumental or post-chorus section. And we're going to go back to strumming this. So we're going to start off with an E minor. Okay, and the pattern I've been using is, so down, down, up, up, down, up. That's the pattern I've been using for this section. Slightly different to the one I used in the pre-chorus. Okay, so there's no, well, there are words, but you can't really sing it. The chords you're going to need then are E minor for 1 bar, G, D, C, E minor, G, D, and another D. Okay, so that takes you through sort of 1 line. Okay, we then go to a C, G, E minor, D, C, G, D, and D again. Okay, so that's sort of 1 round of the instrumental. So I'll just put those 2 bits together. Okay, so that's one round through the instrumental bit, and in the instrumental you go round that twice, so there are 2 rounds in total. So what we just played there, double that. Okay, that then brings us back to the verse, and there's a little link section that is just... Okay, so that is just doing the same finger picking pattern as before, just on the E minor chord, and then on the G chord. Okay, and from there you go back to playing the verse, so you're back now to your E minor chord. Okay, that goes round again, and that gives you all of your verse. Then have a chorus again, so we're going to go exactly the same as before to start with. Who's gonna walk you through the dark side of the morning? Who's gonna rock you when the sun won't let you sleep? Who's waking up to drive you home when you're drunk and all alone? Who's gonna walk you through the dark side of the morning? Still way too high. Okay, we then get this. It ain't me, no, 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 no. It ain't me, no, 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 no. It ain't me, no, 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 no. Okay, so what we've got going on here then is we've got C to a G, D twice. I'm using the same the same strumming pattern as I used during the pre-chorus bit. So it's it ain't me, onto a C there, no, G, no, no. 2 Ds, then back to C again, G, no, C again, no. Okay, and there we're slipping in that D diminished 7th again. Okay, so we come C, G, D. I'm just doing 2 strums down there on the D, going to that D diminished 7th, playing 2 strums there, and then back to an E full bar, and then onto C, G, and then D. 2 of them. Okay, so that little part then. It ain't me, no, 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 no. It ain't me, no, 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 no. It ain't me, no, 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 no. Who's gonna walk you through the dark side of the morning? It ain't me. Okay, and at this point we go into the same chords that we used for the instrumental. Okay, and that's pretty much it. That's all you should need to know to play It Ain't Me.